Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three. Got a little separation.
On the basketball floor, where Caitlin Clark is rewriting the script on rookie greatness, the focus is quite clear. With every assist and every amazing move, the Indiana Fever youngster wonders is altering the game rather than simply participating. Imagine seeing a young star who not only satisfies but also breaks beyond the great expectations put upon her, game after game. That star is Caitlin Clark. Her most recent game versus the Phoenix Mercury has everyone talking.
The first rookie in WNBA history, you see it right there, to record a triple-double. The league started in 1997. There have been over 1,000 players.
The recent clash between Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark has captured significant attention in the WNBA. The seasoned veteran Taurasi, who has been a dominant force in women's basketball for decades, faced off against the rising star Clark, known for her incredible scoring ability and record-breaking college career. This matchup has reignited discussions about the generational shift in the league and the challenges faced by both players.
In the last 10 games, important for her to get early shots and confidence.
That one goes down.
Confidence never a problem for number 3. They've seen it the last 10 games. They've seen it the first 5 minutes.
Diana Taurasi, at 42, remains a formidable presence in the WNBA, representing the Phoenix Mercury. Despite her age, she continues to deliver impressive performances, although her inclusion in the Team USA roster over younger players like Clark has sparked debate. Caitlin Clark, the top pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, has quickly made a name for herself with the Indiana Fever, displaying the talent and competitiveness that made her a standout in college basketball.
It's great for our league, but also at the same time, there's been so many talented players in our league that have been tremendous for so many years. It's fun for us to get to come into this league, live out our dreams, and play against people that we probably idolized growing up, dreaming of moments like this.
The tension between Taurasi and Clark began to escalate during the NCAA tournaments when Taurasi publicly favored another player, Paige Buchers, over Clark. This sparked a series of exchanges and comparisons, with Taurasi expressing skepticism about Clark's transition to the WNBA. She remarked on the differences in playing against collegiate athletes versus seasoned professionals, hinting that Clark would face a steep learning curve.
Just the 15th player in Division I history with 3,000 career points.
In a recent game, Clark's performance against Taurasi's team underscored this rivalry. Clark's near triple-double led the Indiana Fever to a victory over the Phoenix Mercury, highlighting her impact as a rookie. Taurasi, on the other hand, struggled with her shooting, showcasing the challenges of maintaining peak performance later in a career. This dynamic has not only been a focal point on the court, but also in the media. Taurasi has faced criticism for her blunt comments and the decision to keep Clark off the Olympic roster. Despite this, Taurasi defended her stance, emphasizing the need for experience and proven chemistry in international competitions. The ongoing storyline between these two athletes symbolizes the broader narrative of mentorship and competition within the league. Taurasi's career, marked by numerous accolades and a storied legacy, stands as a benchmark for upcoming players like Clark, who are eager to make their mark. This rivalry, while contentious, also serves as a rite of passage, reflecting the evolution and continuous growth of women's basketball.
Well, I certainly thought that she had some moments in the first half that she would want to take back. But the third quarter was the tide that changed everything in the game. And the Fever outscored Phoenix.
The face-off between Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark represents more than just a competitive game. It highlights the transition of power within the WNBA, the challenges of sustaining excellence over a prolonged career, and the emergence of new talent ready to redefine the future of the sport. This storyline will likely continue to evolve as both players navigate their paths, contributing to the rich tapestry of women's basketball history.
Team 5 run here for the Mystics after the Fever rattle off the first 5. Clark trying to answer, and does with a 3. Well, that'll get you back in it quickly.
Clark's work is very amazing. For the third straight game, she tallied 13 assists, an accomplishment that astounds both supporters and detractors. But the Fever's path over this game needed to be more seamless. A near collapse from a dominating 31-point lead gave Clark's genius a dramatic setting. Imagine this. Usually calm, Clark hits the bench out of irritation during a timeout as the Mercury approaches. From the sidelines, the great Diana Taurasi watches the drama play out. out. This game highlighted the heights and troughs of the Fever season and was an emotional roller coaster. Opening the game with a dominant presence, Clark set a new record in Fever history by dishing 7 assists in only the first quarter. Her chemistry with Kelsey Mitchell was evident as the two linked naturally and remarkably precisely turned plays into points. Clark seemed to be leading an orchestra, every pass a note in a symphony of ability.
Pick in the 2024 WNBA Draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
But the second half of the game turned out quite otherwise. At first unbeatable in the first half, the Fever soon looked vulnerable. The Mercury made a comeback, greatly closing the difference. The Fever's previously comfortable advantage had dropped to just 4 points with 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Clark's obvious irritation was evidence of her competitive nature and drive for success. The Fever came out with a 95-86 triumph despite the stressful times. But the almost meltdown begged serious concerns about the team's consistency. How did they almost lose it all in one half and rule so convincingly in the other? This disparity bothers me, particularly for a club hoping for playoffs. The coaching staff is under close examination under Christy Sides. Many of the loud critics of the coaching staff are advocating changes in it. Fans pointing out the team's failure to maintain a consistent performance call into doubt Christy Sides' leadership. With 7 of their previous 11 games under their belts, the Fever has a record of 10-14, an improvement. If the club keeps failing, however, more than this progress may be needed to keep Sides in his post. For the Fever, Clark's exceptional genius offers a ray of hope. With 20 points and 13 assists in her 6th straight double-double, she really is remarkable. With an average of 18.3 points and 11.7 assists over the last 7 games, Clark's stats more recall a seasoned veteran than a rookie. Her 7 assists in the first quarter against the Mercury reflect her changing function as a point guard and team captain. Diana Taurasi's presence in the spectators gave the game even more meaning. Legend in the WNBA Taurasi saw Clark's rule and felt as if the torch was being passed symbolically. Beyond just winning games, Clark is playing to leave a legacy and motivate the next generation of athletes. But the irregularity of the Fever clouds Clark's successes. Being a team sport, basketball requires a consistent squad to support Clark regardless of how well she performs. The team's unpredictable performance might compromise not just their playoff prospects, but also Clark's chances of Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year competition is really tough. With an outstanding 14 straight double-double,
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm gonna go out and do whatever it takes to win every single night. My teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
There's just so much talent in this rookie class, and I think everybody's really.
Clark is up against Angel Reese. Reese and Clark have been elected All-Stars, underscoring the great stakes in this contest. The unpredictability of the Fever might eclipse Clark's unique genius, therefore negating her amazing season. The Fever has a key time to deal with its problems as the Olympic break draws near. There may be major changes at this time, maybe new coaching staff or roster changes to assist Clark. The choices taken during this break will be crucial and affect not just the rest of the season, but also Clark's professional path. The future of Christy Sides as head coach hangs precariously. Her dismissal cries are becoming louder, and management may have to act. Team chemistry might alter with a coaching change. It needs to be clarified how Clark's performance would change too. The Fever is in a vulnerable situation. The playoffs approach. Every victory counts toward a slot. Hence, consistency is more important than ever. The weight on Clark and the Fever is growing. Every game from here on out is crucial. Hence, the team's capacity to manage pressure will define their future. Both supporters and experts are eagerly watching to see if the Fever can live up to expectations or whether it will give in under the strain of inconsistency ahead for the Fever and Caitlin Clark. The Olympic break might offer the required adjustments to help the squad to become stable. Whether it's a fresh coaching plan or roster improvements, something has to be done to maximize Clark's abilities and validate team performance. The choices taken now will reflect throughout the season and maybe Clark's career. For fans, our comments and support are very important. Your thoughts on the future of the Fever and Clark's Rookie of the Year prospects are very vital. Talk to us, let us know what you think, and keep tuned for the most recent changes. If you want more in-depth research like this, subscribe to the channel, set the bell for alerts, and like the video. The WNBA season is getting hotter, and the stakes are bigger than they have ever been. The Fever's path promises to be an exciting trip as the playoffs loom ahead. The narrative of Caitlin Clark is one of ability, will, and the search for excellence. Let us keep on this amazing trip and find out where it goes. Join us as we chronicle every minute of this fantastic season. Clark's path is evidence of both pure brilliance and diligence. Her classmates need help understanding the game, predicting moves, and executing precisely. Every game she participates in closes another chapter on her developing legacy. Her exciting performances enthrall fans throughout the league, and she obviously has a great future. She leads clearly on the court already. Even a beginner, Clark inspires her colleagues and demands respect. Her contagious love of the game drives everyone around to improve their performance. The Fever are fortunate to have such a transforming player. They must assemble a squad capable of matching her caliber and ability. Off the court, Clark's impact is growing. Young athletes look up to her as they find in her a role model who embodies commitment and excellence. Her narrative speaks to individuals outside of basketball and motivates them to follow their aspirations relentlessly. Not just in the numbers Clark accumulates, but also in the hearts of supporters and future players. Management of Fever is a big responsibility ahead of time. The priority should be making sure Clark gets the tools she needs to keep performing at excellence. The club has to give stability and development priority, whether through strategic trades, improved coaching, or more intensive training regimens. There is a promise. Only the correct surroundings will allow it to grow. In the middle of the difficulties, Clark stays attentive. She aims to improve her team as much as her achievements. She is unique because of her double attention to team achievement and personal brilliance. She is playing not just for each teammate, but also for every supporter. This road depends much on the fan base of the Fever. Their constant support and loud encouragement provide the squad with the vitality it needs to get through difficult circumstances. The voices of fans count and may affect management choices. Following Clark and the Fever lets supporters present a strong, cohesive front. Looking forward, the next few weeks will be crucial. The Olympic break is an opportunity for regrouping, strategic review, and return strength building. This is a time for introspection and readiness that will help the second half of the season to be more robust. The Fever has to make careful selections now that will improve their performance and confirm their playoff prospects. The WNBA community is keeping a careful eye. Clark's performances have attracted national attention and increased the visibility of the Fever's games. This exposure presents pressure as well as a chance to highlight the team's capabilities. Under Clark's direction, the Fever has the potential to become league-wide major players and headliners. Every game starting now is a test. Can the Fever maintain the consistency and energy required to guarantee a playoff position? Will they flutter under strain or rise to the call? The responses to these questions will help to define their season and maybe Clark's debut year. Every minute on the court presents an opportunity to establish oneself. Clark's narrative still needs to be finished. Every game opens a fresh story with highs and lows, successes and difficulties. Being supporters gives us great honor to see this trip come to pass. Though her road forward remains unknown, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark is a rising talent with a bright future. Thus, let's maintain our sights on the goal even as we anticipate the rest of the season. The Fever has skill, desire, and the ability to do big things. Anything is conceivable under Clark leading the charge. Let's help them all the way, applauding them as they follow their aspirations. Caitlin Clark's outstanding performance has given the Indiana Fever hope as well as difficulties. She is clearly talented, but the squad has to establish consistency if it wants to use her possibilities properly. The next weeks will be vital, and traversing this road will depend much on the support of the supporters. Let's honor Clark's genius together. The big question is, will she win the Rookie of the Year? Well, let's eagerly await what seems to be an amazing season ahead.
Van Loo, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three. Got a little separation. Stems from the body.
Caitlin Clark is making waves in the WNBA, and her impact is shaking up the league in ways that are both unprecedented and undeniable. This young star is not just playing basketball, she is rewriting the history books and setting new standards for the game.
Team 5 run here for the Mystics after the Fever rattle off the first 5. Clark trying to answer, and does with a 3. Well, that'll get you back in it quickly.
Clark's rise to prominence has been meteoric, and her performance on the court is causing a stir that the WNBA has never seen before. The comparisons between Clark and the legendary Diana Taurasi are not just flattering, they are a testament to how much Clark is dominating the league.
The first rookie in WNBA history, you see it right there, to record a triple-double. The league started in 1997. There have been over 1,000 players.
From the outset, Clark has been a force to be reckoned with. She has quickly become one of the top vote getters for the All-Star Game, a feat that Taurasi, despite her illustrious career, did not achieve as a rookie. This speaks volumes about Clark's popularity and her impact on the game.
Just the 15th player in Division I history with 3,000 career points.
Clark's stats are equally impressive. She was the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 200 points, 75 rebounds, and 75 assists, showcasing her all-around game and her ability to excel in multiple facets of play. Her scoring, rebounding, and assisting numbers are not just comparable to Taurasi's. In some areas, they are even better.
Go down the street and you're seeing 22 shirts everywhere.
The number that belongs to the one and only Caitlin Clark.
I'm really happy I got to see her today. Yeah.
Clark's influence extends beyond the court as well. She is drawing more viewers to WNBA games than many NBA games, which is an extraordinary accomplishment. Her games are attracting record audiences, with viewership numbers that exceed those of the NBA. This surge in popularity is not just about her skills, it's about her ability to connect with fans and bring new eyes to women's basketball. Clark's presence is transforming the WNBA into a more prominent and profitable league, and this is something that has never been seen before.
In the last 10 games, important for her to get early shots and confidence.
That one goes down.
Confidence never a problem for number 3. They've seen it the last 10 games. They've seen it the first 5 minutes.
However, Clark's dominance is not just a cause for celebration, it is also a source of concern for the established stars of the WNBA. Diana Taurasi, a player who has been considered the greatest of all time, is now finding herself in Clark's shadow. Taurasi's performance, while still commendable, does not match the explosive start that Clark has had. This shift in the balance of power is unsettling for the league's veterans, who are witnessing the rise of a new generation of talent that is poised to redefine the game.
Got to give a big shout out to 5-time gold medalist, now 6-time Diana Taurasi, who turns 42 on Tuesday, and she'll be joined by her Mercury teammate Brittany Griner.
One of the most striking examples of this shift was a recent game between Clark's Indiana Fever and Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury. The game started with Taurasi and her teammate Brittany Griner setting the tone with their experience and skill. However, Clark soon took control, leading the Fever on an incredible run that showcased her scoring, passing, and defensive abilities. Clark's ability to dominate every aspect of the game left the Mercury reeling and highlighted the changing dynamics in the WNBA.
And Clark, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think obviously people are going to be fired up about Caitlin Clark not being on the team, especially Caitlin Clark fans that love Caitlin's game, and Caitlin is having a phenomenal season. But what I want people to think about is, one,
Clark's exclusion from the USA Olympic team for Paris 2024 has been a topic of intense debate, with many arguing that her talent and popularity make her an indispensable asset.
WNBA in the moment that we're in right now, I believe Team USA looks at the roster and they have experience, but they also don't want the distraction that comes. Now, me as a fan of Caitlin Clark, I would have loved to see her.
The decision to leave her out in favor of more experienced players like Taurasi raises questions about the value of experience versus rising talent. Many believe that Clark's presence would have not only improved the team's performance, but also attracted a broader audience to women's basketball at the Olympics. The league's veterans are not the only ones feeling the pressure. Young players entering the league are now looking up to Clark as a benchmark of success. Her rapid ascent sets a new standard for what rookies can achieve, pushing them to elevate their game from day one. This ripple effect is fostering a more competitive and exciting league, benefiting the WNBA as a whole. Clark's influence is also seen in her social media presence. She has a massive following, and her posts generate significant engagement, bringing even more visibility to the WNBA. Her ability to connect with fans online complements her on-court success, making her a multifaceted star who can engage with audiences in various ways. This modern approach to fan engagement is crucial in today's sports landscape, where digital presence can greatly enhance an athlete's impact.
First 3 of the game for the Aces, who had missed their first 5 attempts. Taurasi sneaks through, finds the cutter. What a dish from Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, I mean, right here, Tina Charles gets it to the
Taurasi's legacy is unquestionably monumental, but Clark's arrival is prompting a reevaluation of what the future holds for the WNBA. The league is at a crossroads where the achievements of seasoned players and the potential of rising stars must coexist. This dynamic creates a thrilling narrative for fans and adds depth to the league's history. Clark's story is becoming an integral part of this evolving narrative.
Not often that we just show defense, but how about the elite defense so far in this game by Nika Mule? She is shadowing Caitlin Clark everywhere, whether it's 94 feet from the basket.
The way Clark handles herself under pressure is another testament to her greatness. She consistently performs in high-stakes situations, demonstrating poise and confidence beyond her years. This trait not only helps her team win games, but also inspires her teammates to rise to the occasion. Clark's leadership on and off the court is shaping her into a role model for aspiring athletes everywhere.
There have been over 1,000 players who have played in the league, and she is the first to ever record a triple-dub as a rook. Going off the glass, gets the hoop, gets the harm. The Fever were down by 3, though, after the made free throws.
Clark's defensive skills are also noteworthy. Her ability to read the game and anticipate her opponent's moves sets her apart. She is not just a prolific scorer, but also a formidable defender, capable of making game-changing plays on both ends of the court. This versatility makes her a valuable asset to any team and a nightmare for opponents.
The first Fever player to ever get a triple-double in franchise history. Congratulations on that. How much does that big of a win add on to that accomplishment?
Honestly, like I'm just happy with.
As Clark continues to break records and set new milestones, the question of her long-term impact on the WNBA becomes more pertinent. Will she continue to dominate and reshape the league, or is her current success just a phase? Given her trajectory, it is likely that Clark will remain a significant figure in women's basketball for years to come, continuously pushing the boundaries of what is possible in the sport.
Yeah, you know, obviously broken news. I've got to look at the roster to see who they picked to be on the team, but I would imagine they leaned on veterans, and while Caitlin has had an incredible season.
The debate over Clark's place in the Olympic team underscores a broader discussion about the future of the WNBA. Should the league prioritize experience over emerging talent, or is it time to embrace the new wave of players who are redefining the game?
Of Olympic basketball, the physicality of FIBA basketball is taken to an entirely new level. Just looking at that roster right away, looks like they leaned into veterans and veteran experience and efficiency when it comes to scoring.
This dilemma reflects the challenges and opportunities that come with a rapidly evolving sport. The decisions made today will shape the WNBA's future and its global standing.
Well, I certainly thought that she had some moments in the first half that she would want to take back. But the third quarter was the tide that changed everything in the game. And the Fever outscored Phoenix.
Clark's popularity is also bringing more sponsorship and endorsement opportunities to the WNBA. Brands are keen to associate themselves with her, recognizing the immense market potential she brings. This influx of sponsorship not only benefits Clark, but also elevates the entire league, creating more financial opportunities for all players. The economic boost from Clark's presence is a testament to her wide-reaching influence.
Time that changed everything, and Caitlin Clark really fueled it with her good decision-making.
Yeah, the epitome of a point guard was her role there in the third quarter, how well she played. Let's go to the game that you called, though, because the Liberty were down 16.
The cultural impact of Clark's rise cannot be overstated. She is challenging long-standing perceptions about women's sports and proving that female athletes can command as much attention and respect as their male counterparts. Clark is paving the way for future generations of female athletes to pursue their dreams with confidence and support.
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm going to go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night. My teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
Clark's ability to handle the media is another aspect of her influence. She conducts herself with grace and intelligence in interviews, articulating her thoughts and representing the league with dignity. Her media savvy adds to her appeal and helps in broadening the WNBA's reach. Clark's articulate and thoughtful responses in media interactions further endear her to fans and solidify her role as a spokesperson for the sport.
It's great for our league, but also at the same time, like there's been so many talented players in our league that have been tremendous for so many years. It's fun for us to get to come into this league, live out our dreams, and play against people that we probably idolized growing up, dreaming of moments like this.
Her presence in the WNBA is also encouraging more young girls to take up basketball. Clark's success story serves as a powerful motivator, showing them that they too can achieve greatness in sports. This grassroots impact is vital for the growth and sustainability of women's basketball, ensuring a steady influx of new talent into the league.
Diana's
One of one.
The heir apparent.
Caitlin Clark, that's what she does. Superwoman has entered the building.
A 42.
The rivalry between Clark and Taurasi is captivating audiences and adding an exciting storyline to the WNBA season. Fans are eagerly watching each matchup, anticipating the next chapter in this evolving saga. This rivalry is not just about individual performance, but also about the broader implications for the league's future. The dynamic between the old guard and the new is a compelling narrative that keeps fans engaged and invested. Clark's influence is also extending into community outreach and philanthropy. She is using her platform to support various causes and give back to the community. This altruistic side of Clark adds another layer to her public persona, showing that she is not just focused on her career, but also on making a positive impact off the court. Her charitable efforts are earning her respect and admiration beyond the realm of sports.
Pick in the 2024 WNBA Draft. The Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
The marketing strategies surrounding Clark are also noteworthy. The WNBA and her team are capitalizing on her popularity by creating engaging content and promotional campaigns that highlight her achievements. These efforts are helping to elevate the league's profile and attract new fans. The innovative marketing approaches being used are setting new standards for how athletes can be promoted in the digital age. Clark's fashion sense and personal style are also making headlines. She is becoming a trendsetter, with fans eagerly following her sartorial choices. This aspect of her public image adds to her multifaceted appeal and helps to attract a broader audience to the WNBA. Clark's style is becoming a talking point, further enhancing her visibility and influence. The training regimen that Clark follows is rigorous and disciplined, contributing to her exceptional performance on the court. Her dedication to improving her skills and maintaining peak physical condition is an example to aspiring athletes. Clark's work ethic is a crucial factor in her success and sets her apart from many of her peers.
That's what she does. Superwoman has entered the building.
A 42-year-old veteran? A 22-year-old rookie? What do you see?
As Clark continues to amass accolades and break records, her legacy in the WNBA is becoming more cemented. She is on a path to becoming one of the greatest players in the history of the league. This prospect is exciting for fans and adds to the anticipation of what she will achieve next. Clark's potential to be a transformative figure in women's basketball is undeniable. The international appeal of Clark is another interesting aspect of her rise. Her games are attracting viewers from around the world, helping to globalize the WNBA. This international interest is crucial for the league's growth and its efforts to expand its fan base beyond the United States. Clark's ability to resonate with audiences worldwide is a significant asset for the WNBA.
Really amazing to be able to play together as an all-star, but also I think this is really exciting for Caitlin, being a rookie coming in.
The support Clark receives from her teammates is also instrumental in her success. Their collective effort and synergy on the court enhance her performance and the team's overall dynamics. Clark's ability to inspire and uplift her teammates speaks volumes about her leadership qualities and her potential to be a cornerstone of the WNBA for years to come. In conclusion, Caitlin Clark's emergence in the WNBA is not just a notable event, it's a transformative shift that is redefining the league. Her exceptional skills, charismatic presence, and ability to draw unprecedented viewership and attendance are setting new benchmarks in women's basketball. As she continues to excel, Clark is not only challenging the established stars, but also inspiring the next generation of athletes. Her impact both on and off the court heralds a new era for the WNBA, one filled with greater visibility, competitiveness, and global reach. The league's future looks brighter with Clark at the forefront, symbolizing the dynamic and evolving nature of women's sports.
I think just the biggest thing is, it's really, really special, and I don't think it's going to set in for me for quite some time.
Cheryl Reeve is a well-known personality in women's basketball for her significant coaching experience and strategic ability.
Good D, here we go, Sabrina. You're active, be active, be active, good. So your help is, I'm here, she penetrates a little, I help. Don't go all the way down here, you're not gonna get back out.
She is the head coach and general manager of the Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA, a post she has held since 2010. Under her guidance, the Lynx won 4 WNBA titles, establishing themselves as the league's dominant force.
But how about those hands by Breon January?
Cheryl Reeve teed up. All the way out on the court, Jim Peterson, the assistant coach, had to come get her.
Reeve's coaching strategy prioritizes defense, collaboration, and player development, earning her numerous Coach of the Year accolades.
Yeah, you're right in here, right? And then go, okay? So you're here, right? Couple dribbles, I help. 2 hands on, a little closer. Go get it, go finish it, go finish it.
In addition to her WNBA accomplishments, Reeve was named the head coach of the USA Basketball Women's National Team in 2019.
The official announcement has not been made by USA Basketball, so it'd be premature for me to have any conversations about any player or anything.
Her responsibilities include not just coaching the squad, but also making critical decisions on player selection for international games, including the Olympics.
You came running out so hard, but you were here and it was like that, right? You got to use the 3-point line. So if I come straight out and I'm using the 3-point line for my feet, that's what it should look like. Just be active, don't stand.
Reeve's nomination to this prominent post demonstrates her competence and respect within the basketball community. Reeve's impact on the game goes beyond her coaching achievements. She is well known for her advocacy for gender equality in sports, as well as her efforts to advance women's basketball. Her leadership on and off the court has established her as a role model and pivotal figure in the progress of women's sports.
But hey, we worked, and we're gonna work, because that's what it's going to take, right? But I really appreciate what you guys did for these 3 days.
Caitlin Clark's journey to the WNBA is one of incredible talent and determination.
I want my legacy to be the impact that I can have on young kids.
Her basketball career began at Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines, Iowa, where she was a standout player who won multiple awards and set records.
And the pupil in the state of Iowa. And I hope I brought them a lot of joy this season. I hope this team brought them a lot of joy. I understand we came up 1 win short, but I think we have a lot to be proud of and a lot to celebrate. And I was just that young girl, so all you have to do is dream.
Her outstanding achievement in high school piqued the interest of college recruiters around the country. Clark elected to play college basketball at the University of Iowa, where she rapidly established a name for herself. As a rookie, she topped the country in scoring and was named Big Ten Rookie of the Year. Her ability to score from anywhere on the court, combined with her playmaking abilities, made her one of the most exciting players in college basketball. Clark proceeded to dominate during her sophomore and junior years, winning many All-American awards and breaking numerous school and conference marks. Her leadership on the floor enabled Iowa to achieve considerable success, including long runs in the NCAA tournament.
The Player of the Year, number 22, Caitlin Clark.
By the time she declared for the WNBA draft, Clark was largely regarded as one of the best prospects in years. Clark, who was selected 2nd overall in the WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever, made an immediate impact in her debut season. She led the squad in scoring and assists, displaying her ability to adapt to the professional level. Her aggressive playing style, characterized by deep three-pointers and dazzling assists, rapidly established her as a fan favorite.
Seeing her do what she did on the court today, that was actually really amazing.
Despite her strong debut season and apparent potential, Caitlin Clark was not named to the USA basketball squad for the Paris Olympics. Cheryl Reeve and the selecting committee made this conclusion after considering several considerations. According to Reeve, the selection process intended to create a team with a balance of experience, adaptability, and camaraderie, all of which are required to compete at the top level of international play.
Diana Taurasi is injured, and it may open the door for Caitlin Clark to make the Olympic team. And women's basketball just didn't quite know how to handle Caitlin Clark. It reminds me a little bit when Taylor Swift, the singer, became a billionaire with the Eras tour, and like the management team and Ticketmaster had to apologize. Like in 10 minutes, they couldn't supply enough tickets. It was just, they were completely overwhelmed.
Several factors most likely contributed to Clark's exclusion. Team USA traditionally prefers experienced players who have competed in international events.
My parents are here tonight over here. My dad was actually my first ever AAU basketball coach, so this is kind of a full circle moment, and I grew up playing a lot of AAU sports, whether it was softball, basketball, soccer. I did it all, and I actually grew up playing with the boys. That's all I knew until I was in about 4th grade.
The selection committee may have emphasized veterans who have proven themselves on the global scene over rising talents such as Clark.
So I give that a lot of credit for the person I am today, but also the player kind of pushed me and made me maybe a little too feisty. If you've ever watched me, I'm a little feisty out there, but no, I love them, and they've been my rock. And my 2 brothers aren't here today, but they've picked on me, like I said earlier. They've picked on me more than anybody, and I kind of held my own, gave them a few.
Furthermore, the team's current roster features multiple players who fill comparable positions as Clark, potentially lowering the need for another high-scoring guard. Reeve and the selection committee also assess team dynamics and adaptability to international playing styles. While Clark's scoring ability is undeniable, her defensive capabilities and international tournament experience may have been perceived as areas for improvement. The decision to omit her was not necessarily a reflection of her abilities, but rather a strategic one based on the overall squad composition.
My teammates and my coaches obviously aren't here tonight, but the reason I went to Iowa was to be able to do something different and take them to a place they really hadn't been. We've been to 1 Final Four. We've never been to the national championship game, and like I said earlier, our state and really our entire country has really rallied around not only women's basketball, but women's sports in general. So it's been really incredible to see that. And
Caitlin Clark's removal from Team USA has created widespread outrage and debate in the basketball community. Fans, analysts, and fellow players have all criticized the decision, claiming that Clark's talent and potential justified her participation on the Olympic team. The criticism has been fueled by Clark's outstanding performances in the WNBA, which many say emphasized the mistake of leaving her off the roster. The controversy erupted after Clark's performance in a WNBA All-Star game versus another All-Star squad demonstrated her powers even more.
Yeah, it seems inevitable that USA Basketball would benefit from the hype of the college season. The WNBA is going to experience that sort of spillover of enthusiasm.
Her performance exposed some of the national team's vulnerabilities and demonstrated what they could be missing out on if she was not included. This performance fueled the outcry against Cheryl Reeve and the selection committee, with accusations of bias and bad judgment becoming more prominent.
honestly, no disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. You know, that's a dream. You know, hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and you know, hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, you know, I can be there.
Critics say that Reeve and the committee may have let personal biases influence their conclusion. Some argue that Clark's youth and inexperience were unfairly used against her, while others believe internal politics within USA Basketball played a part. The incident has prompted requests for increased transparency in the selection process, as well as a reevaluation of the criteria used to pick national team members. Reeve has defended the selection process, claiming that it was fair and aimed at creating the greatest possible team. She stressed that the decision was made after conducting a thorough review of all candidates, taking into account both their particular skills and how they fit into the team's overall strategy. However, this explanation has done nothing to placate critics, who see Clark's exclusion as a major error.
Look at this quote here. Caitlin Clark is just a rookie in the WNBA. Wasn't playing bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she's playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. It's hard to argue the impact Clark has had on both ratings and attendance for the WNBA.
The debate has also drawn attention to larger issues within the sport, such as the difficulties young and emerging players face in earning recognition and opportunity at the highest levels. Clark's admirers claim that her omission reflects a bigger issue in which deserving athletes are ignored due to subjective and sometimes opaque selection methods.
Olympic competition is Olympic competition. Nevertheless, for Team USA's game, rife with stars, expected to blow out their competition,
the event has likely had an impact on USA Basketball's reputation and underlined the difficulties and problems of picking national team lineups. As the Olympics approach, Cheryl Reeve and Team USA face tremendous pressure to perform and justify their decisions.
Where's everybody at now? It's about competition. It's about competition. It's about competition, right?
Anything less than a gold medal may be interpreted as an endorsement of the criticism and a serious hit to Reeve's credibility. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, continues to shine in the WNBA, proving her critics wrong and cementing her place as one of the league's brightest players. Her performances serve as a reminder of what Team USA could have become, adding to the embarrassment and grief over her removal. Her tenacity and success have only exacerbated the discussion around her exclusion from the national squad. This episode has clearly tarnished USA Basketball's reputation and generated serious concerns about the integrity of the selection process. The debate over Clark's expulsion is about more than just one player. It highlights bigger concerns in the sport. As the dispute plays out, it will be interesting to observe how it affects future selections and the entire landscape of women's basketball. The incident has also highlighted the broader consequences for other players who may encounter similar scenarios in the future. The argument over Clark's exclusion has highlighted the need for a more transparent and equitable selection process, one that evaluates all players based on their performance and potential rather than subjective factors. This could lead to significant changes in how national teams are constituted and players evaluated. Furthermore, Clark's situation has resonated with both fans and players, emphasizing the significance of identifying and developing youthful potential.
Everything's so restrictive because you're doing business with everybody and you're milking every penny for all it's worth, every chance you get. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's why you should have had Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Her narrative serves as a reminder of the difficulties that athletes can face even after they have demonstrated their abilities on the court. The outpouring of support from the basketball world demonstrates the general conviction that her removal was a mistake.
Because they are a draw. I never once said that Caitlin Clark should have been on the team ahead of the 12 people selected ahead of her.
The scandal has also underlined the importance of the media and public opinion in molding the narrative surrounding sports. The severe scrutiny and criticism of Reeve and the selection committee has been fueled in part by media coverage and fan feedback. This demonstrates the importance of public opinion in holding sports organizations accountable and advocating for reform.
I said marketing matters in everything. Promotion matters in everything. And you're not going to get around that. That is what I said.
As the dust settles, USA Basketball must address the issues raised by this scandal. This could include reevaluating the selection process, increasing transparency, and ensuring that judgments are made using clear and objective criteria. Such changes could assist to rebuild trust in the selection process and avoid similar conflicts in the future. Meanwhile, Clark stays focused on her WNBA career. She continues to give amazing performances, winning awards, and demonstrating her worth. Her determination and resilience in the face of hardship have been amazing, and her triumph provides a compelling counter-narrative to the decision to reject her from Team USA. For Cheryl Reeve, the controversy is a huge problem. As head coach, she must deal with criticism and pressure while leading her squad to Olympic triumph. Her capacity to manage the crisis and deliver outcomes will be constantly monitored, and it might have long-term consequences for her career and reputation. The controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark's rejection from Team USA emphasizes the intricacies and problems of sports management, as well as the value of fairness and transparency. It serves as a reminder that sports organizations must always assess and improve their processes to guarantee that the finest players receive the opportunities they deserve. As the Olympics approach, all eyes will be on Team USA and Cheryl Reeve. The pressure to perform and justify the selection judgments will be intense. Success on the court may help to mitigate the criticism, but the shadow of Clark's exclusion will most likely linger, serving as a reminder of the conflicts and obstacles that exist in the world of sports.
What's the difference now in this level of play now that you're playing with these professionals versus who you play with and against at Iowa?
I would say the biggest thing is just you can't take a second off. No matter who you're guarding, no matter if you're on offense or defense, like you breathe for 1 second and you're not looking at your man and she's on the other side of the court. So I think that's the biggest thing is everybody's so skilled. Like, this is the most competitive league, in the world because there's not that many spots. So every person that's getting on the floor is really, really talented. So I think just, you can't take one single possession off, whether it's on offense or defense. And
to summarize, Caitlin Clark's withdrawal from the USA basketball squad for the Paris Olympics has created major controversy and debate. The choice by Cheryl Reeve and the selection committee has been extensively criticized, with many questioning the process's fairness and honesty. Clark's outstanding WNBA accomplishments have only fueled the criticism, emphasizing what Team USA may be missing out on. The ongoing controversy serves as a reminder of the need of transparency and justice in sports, as well as the necessity for continuous examination and reform of selection methods to guarantee that talented players are given the opportunities they deserve.